Okay. Recap, as usual. You are in search of 4 different items, and so you can save Elturel in Avernus. You have now 2 of them. You spoke to Mordekainen, who told you where you can find the 3rd one. He was not happy of you attempting to go through this plan, but he is at least thinking about it. You went towards the Bone Brambles, where Red Ruth said she would give you one. That's where Lair is. Along the way, you found a very large pimple of sorts, a bloody cyst. The party tried their might to pop it, but it was of no use. You also met a elfish man. He wasn't an elf, he was a fey creature. I forget what they're called right now. He was partly elf, partly fey creature. His name was Smiler. He is a warlord, and he travels Avernus to kill devils, essentially. You able to run with him, and then you finally got to the Bone Brambles, where you went through a little maze in search of Red Ruth's lair. When you arrived there, Red Ruth gave you a heartstone, which you needed. She also offered her service of a commune spell, which allows you to ask 3 yes or no questions, and the void that be would tell you an answer. That is where we stopped for the night last week. I know you've all been thinking of questions of what to ask, and I think you came up with a pretty good list.
You did well.
Well, I know all the answers already, so those were good questions to ask, for sure.
Does this mean you're proud of us, Duro?
Are you proud of us?
Yes, this once.
Just
Thanks,
this one
girl.
time. That works. That works. I'm fine.
You guys are getting grounded.
All I needed was one time. I'm trying to go back through Discord and find the list of questions.
I have it. Do you want me to resend it?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Found it. Ugh, it just took a minute. I went too far back.
Oh no.
Just as a reminder for what the Bone Brambles was, it is a forest of sorts where these trees have been corrupted by the river Styx and now have spirits growing out of them as well.
Plants are wrong and Takari hates it.
That's okay. I'll light them all on fire and it'll be fine.
Okay, thanks.
Do you want me to just start asking our questions, Sturo?
Red Ruth is ready to receive your questions.
Yes. Well, our first question is Zariel in Avernus with the contract?
Red Ruth twists her hands in the air and she closes her eyes as she communes with the void and in search of an answer. The void tells Red Ruth that Zariel is in fact in Avernus. Yay!
I see. And is the sword of Zariel in Avernus as well?
Again, Red Ruth waves her hands as she communes with the void. The sword is in Avernus.
And by saving El Terrell, will we also save Baldur's Gate?
For the last time, Red Ruth waves her hands in the air as she closes her eyes. Yes.
Belgara tries not to do a happy dance.
Takari does a happy dance.
Thank you for happy dancing for me.
I got you, baby.
I gotta be a lady. Belgara bows her head to Red Ruth and says, "Thank you, Red Ruth. I believe we have everything that we need now. We should be going."
Don't be scared to visit Red Ruth again in the future.
Takari's gonna give Red Ruth some teeth.
Oh, no.
Thanks.
Is it because of her voice? A little bit too raspy.
No, I gave her teeth before and she liked them and ate them. I was just giving her a snack.
Chiclets?
It's like one of those situations like you scratch our back, we scratch your back, but with teeth.
Yeah. So we gnaw your back.
Same old, same old.
Red Ruth takes her tea.
Yum.
Nigel pulls out a goblin's finger from his bag. Says, slides it across the table. Says, "For your trouble."
Ah, a goblin's finger. Red Ruth could use this in her potions.
Belgara watches the exchange and narrows her eyes slightly at Nigel. Like, where the fuck are you getting goblin fingers from?
Nigel says, I've found many things in my travels.
Oh. What were you doing with that?
Nigel shrugs.
All right, party, we ready to make like a banana and split?
Aye aye.
Do I have the Heartstone?
I assume so, yes.
Yeah, I believe I took that.
Put it right in your little pocket.
You begin to leave the Brome Brambles, and Takari, you notice something.
Okay.
Your plant begins to sprout a little flower.
Oh! Oh, this makes me so happy. Oh, Takari, she clutches the plants in its pot close to her and does a little spin and coos over the flower and is very excited, and she speaks softly to it, whispering, "Grow, little buddy, grow."
I want you to make a nature check.
Oh boy, oh boy. No advantage, right?
No.
Okay. 14.
Okay, so you know about these plants, this flower to be exact.
Okay.
It will always point to the nearest source of water.
Oh, this
Oh.
is certainly interesting.
Wow, that's useful.
It is a water daisy.
Takari stops the party as they're walking through the bone bramble and says, "This flower, you said it's a water daisy?
Yes.
It's a water daisy. I think I can find the springs with this."
Does it taste good?
We can't eat it. We can't eat the flower. This is my only chance of finding these springs. And she's very urgent about this.
Well, is there somewhere we could go?
The daisy will point to the nearest source of water. We just have to follow where it's pointing.
Then let us hope that it's on our path.
It is pointing in the opposite direction, actually.
Oh!
It is pointing southward while your path is northward.
Takari looks up at Belgaro with the biggest, the widest, the doughiest of doe eyes. Surely we could take a break? Just so I can see?
Belgara closes her eyes and just lets out a big very well. Let us go. She can't resist Takari being adorable.
Takari throws her arms around Belgara with her plant still in her other hand and just says, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you."
Belgara kind of just does the wrap around loose arm, very gentle back pat.
Oh, Takari's so happy. She's no longer sad anymore. And she just bounces and holds the plant up in the air to point to, or to find out where it's pointing, and just starts marching along. Nothing else matters.
Oh no. Belgara looks to the rest of the group and just kind of lifts her shoulders well, guess this is what we're doing, guys.
Ruin starts walking that way.
Nigel's up.
I do the same shrug and just start walking.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you begin your march. And I will put you back onto the correct map. Okay, you're over here. And the water daisy's pointing about this direction.
I can't see you tapping on the...
Yeah.
Oh, once I was probably on the wrong layer. Okay, so it is pointing over here.
Ah, okay.
Around this area. Which means you have to walk around this lake of fire here.
Oh, cool.
I really want to sing Lake of Fire suddenly. But that's fine. It's fine. It's fine because we'll find water, everybody. It's fine.
Yeah, everything's great.
Can everybody over here just make water?
The springs are different, Aragoth. It's important to me.
Oh.
Alrighty.
All right, so we're traveling. I need you all to roll your traveling rolls. Let me see. Your caravan rolls.
Do you need me to do mine since we're not really tracking anything?
You can actually help Ruin by giving him advantage.
Okay. What am I casting guidance on him for that?
Yeah, you could. And then you'll just help him out. So everyone,
Or is my sheer presence just enough?
Oh, I'm back.
I already rolled.
Am I rolling my survival?
Yes.
Yes, to see if you find food enough for everyone.
Do we also need to roll the saving throws today?
No, the evil presence has passed.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Right, you were unaffected by it anyways.
Yep.
Ruin?
Can I just ask a real quick question, Duro, and tell me if I'm really not allowed to ask this because it's not fair, but can I know how far everybody is down, kind of permanent health? Or just roughly?
Technically you could. I don't think it's metagaming to say you couldn't. Or you could, so that's fine. I believe Nigel's down 7 HP, permanent HP, and then I
was down HP, but I leveled, so my hit points reset.
right. So I believe so. It was 4 HP that everyone was down who failed the roll.
Okay, thank you. I just need that in the back of my head. Thanks.
Oh, that thing. I forgot about that. Okay.
Yes, that thing. As a reminder, you need to find a symbol of a relic to a good aligned god or a spell that would cure such a thing, like a what is that spell called? I don't
Greater
remember.
Restoration.
Yeah, Greater Restoration. That one.
Yeah, I have that now. But I'm not using it on this. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have to use it on this, but nobody's down far enough to really justify it.
Okay.
I got that when I leveled. That's why I was asking. Thanks, Duro.
Yeah, I don't think you have any diamonds with you right now. Okay.
Also, can we take a long rest during this marching order?
Yes, you'll be long resting along the way.
And I do have diamonds, Duro, because we got them for my Revivify, but if I cast Greater Restoration, I won't have enough to cast Revivify is the problem.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, just trying to juggle my shit and know where I stand. Thank you.
All right, so you need to head. Oh, what was that?
Sorry, I was gonna ask, did I shoot lasers out of my eyes if I roll?
Oh, yeah, you are like a hawk, and you do not detect any sort of evilness approaching you. If they were, then you would know before they even knew that they were even going to attack you.
Before they even knew that they were evil.
Before they even knew that they knew.
Okay. So you make a southeasterly journey around this lake of fire. Let's see, what's a good color? When you arrive at this location here, as you journey across Avernus, you find rising from. So you find a location with acrid smog swirling around a barren hill, rising from which, like giant tombstones, are a pair of leaning monoliths, each soaring more than 50 feet into the smoky red sky. Dozens of armored knights kneel in motionless reverence before the monoliths, between which a set of onyx steps lead down under the hill.
Is there any writing or anything on it?
On the monoliths? No.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at it with my laser vision. Sorry.
Belgara is going to look over to Takari and say, Please, darling, tell me that your flower is not pointing in that direction.
Takari looks at the flower and Duro, I'm assuming it's still pointing down to this area here.
Yes, it is now more southwardly.
Yeah, Takari just points south and says, "It's this way! Not that way, this way."
Yes. Shall we go on, everybody?
Indeed.
Takari nods.
As you are passing this area,
God.
Ruin, you recognize these knights are wearing faded regalia of El Terrell.
Okay, I'll point that out to everybody in a disinterested way because I don't really care, but look what those guys are wearing.
Curious.
Belgara pauses in her tracks and turns around and looks to them. Does she notice anything peculiar about the situation?
Well, yes, it would appear that this has been here for quite some time and not long enough for someone to erect such a place.
How many knights are there?
Dozens of them.
And they're all like looking in reverence toward like the empty space between the monoliths?
Yes.
Can we see anything in that space?
It leads down to somewhere which you cannot see at this angle. You'd have to go in for a closer look to see.
How close is the closest knight to us?
Well, you could walk up to one.
I would like to cast Detect Thoughts and scan his surface thoughts.
It is just a statue.
Oh, it's just a statue? It's not an actual person?
Knights. No.
No!
Thoughts are just rock.
Thoughts are rock.
Be rock.
I didn't mention they were statues. I should have.
No, I
done
thought
that,
there
but-
were just a bunch of dudes around. She's gonna say to everybody else, bit unusual, isn't it? A bunch of knights.
It's a terracotta army.
Yes, but Elturellian knight. What could it mean?
Maybe it's a warning.
Or perhaps it's an invitation?
There are things that can cause petrification to people.
I was gonna ask, do you think they could have been real people at some point?
I'm gonna walk up to one of the knights and inspect them a little closer.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the investigation. It would appear these have had considerable wear done on them. You would guess that they've been here for at least the past 100 years or so.
So that would have been before Elturel fell, right?
Yes, long before.
Would it even have been before the contract was made?
Yes.
Does time move differently in Avernus?
I want you to roll a history check.
Nice.
This is likely to be a monument or maybe crypt to the original descent of the Hell Riders into Avernus, which was 150-ish years prior.
You said a crypt?
Could be. There are monoliths.
Balgara, after closely studying the night, turns to her companions and says, this definitely has some form of connection to the Hell Riders and their original descent to Avernus. Some sort of crypt or something of the like regard this happening. I'm not sure what could be down there, but it seems a place of some significance to our story.
Nigel asks, do you think we should check it out?
Her eyes kind of pass over to Takari, and she studies her holding her plant and says, perhaps we should go find Takari's spring first. We'll have to travel north again to reach the obelisk, to do the work for the great wizard Mordekainen. Maybe we can stop then on our way back to the north. She looks to Takari again and she says, does this work for you?
Takari's clutching the plant with both her arms wrapped around the pot and nods several times and says, yes, yeah, we have to do what you said. We do have to go back up north, and I just need to see this spring first so I can see if I can help it. It's not to deter us for too long.
She looks to the rest of the party. Is this okay with everyone?
Indeed.
Nigel shrugs and shakes his head, yes.
Yeah, Ergoth looks back at the obelisk, and then he just nods.
Then let's make haste to these springs. We'll make our way back here.
Takari kind of gives Balgara a lopsided smile and nods this a few times.
Lead the way, Takari.
I think you mean flower. A dowsing daisy.
Takari holds the plant back up above her head and starts carrying on again.
Well, it's a good thing I prepared more than just this tonight. Because that would have been it. We
Oh,
would've called
God.
it. But I think ahead.
You know us.
All right, so you leave this area and head southward.
Plant.
Okay, so we're going to make a wide berth around this sword and helmet here, because it is not ready. Takari, your water daisy points you to a narrow crack in the rock of this mountainside.
Interesting. How narrow is the narrow crack?
Just large enough for the five of you to fit, though little one cannot.
Takari looks. Oh, sorry, Dura.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Takari's going to look back at the group and then up at little one and say, I'm sorry, little one. I think you have to wait here for us.
That is all right. You will tell me what's inside, though, will you?
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure you will aid my studies.
Takari will. She nods several times to little one and says, I'll give you a full detailed report. She looks at the rest of the group and says, I'll go through first.
Ergos is kind of going to go into a little bit of a crouch mode, and he wants to stealth.
Yeah, I guess it couldn't hurt for all of us to stealth. I was going to say, unless you're ruined.
Unless you're ruined. That hurts very much.
Yeah, I literally LOL'd. And Rune will go after Takari, but yeah, I can try to stealth.
Oh wow, look at me go!
You're so stealthy.
I'm so stealthy. I like went to try and stealth, but then I sneezed and farted at the same time.
Those are the kind that make your back crack.
Yeah.
Ruin's doing great as well.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Yep.
All right, before we get in, actually, we're going to do another caravan check.
Okay. I'm assuming I'm just here to give Ruin advantage again.
Yes.
And Ruin thanks you.
All right.
Oof.
Belgar, you do not find enough food to feed everyone, so everyone has to eat a ration for this journey.
I'm gonna just go ahead and give Nigel a ration as well.
I'm down to one.
All right. Well, let's
F3.
hope we get some food sometime soon.
I'll think about feeding you guys.
Ruin has plenty of rations. You just might have to talk him into share it.
My survival is, my proficiency bonus in survival is 11 now, by the way.
Nice. Takari might have to convince Ruin to give rations to the party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There are no adverse effects affecting Avernus at the moment, and you do not run into anything. So, we can continue on where we stopped before I interrupted everything. Okay, so I'll be switching the scene. You'll be in the very bottom. I will make sure everyone can see.
I'm blind. I'm not blind.
Blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a douche. Middle of the night.
Oh god. I could kiss you.
Do it. No, wait a minute. You're covered in pus. Never mind.
Hopefully not for long.
Yeah, you haven't had a bath yet since
No.
you fell entirely within a pool of blood.
Well, she hasn't had a bath since before they entered into Avernus, so it's been a little while.
Ergol's been gagging the entire time we're following you with the flower.
It's fine.
His eyes are watering at this point.
Still stinky gal. Well, Takari's she's just gonna haul ass. She's like convinced that this is it, and she's gonna run.
Okay, let me see where my notes start. Okay. So yeah, your flowering plant leads you directly to a mountainside where a narrow crack has formed in the rock. It is a tight squeeze, but you get past the initial stony wall and are greeted by a masoned stone wall. There is a threshold allowing you to enter further. Hanging on the walls are living plants with budding flowers of ranging colors.
Very fancy place.
Takari's eyes are just wide and lit up like it's the greatest day of her life.
You descend down the stairs where you are met at a landing. You can go eastward or you can go northward.
Which way does the flower point?
Well, the flower points in a unspecific
Oh, okay.
point
It's
because
just-
there are multiple possibly sources of water in this area.
It's just ding, 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 ding. Takari's gonna go this way.
In the easterly manner. Okay. As you descend down the marble stairs, and as you draw closer to the bottom, you see a large pool of crystal clear water surrounded by flickering candles.
You ever feel like something's a little too easy?
In the southern corner is a large inclined chair.
And some finch. Takari's gonna run straight to this water and lean over the edge to peer into it. Is there anything like special that she notices about it?
It is crystal clear,
That's
as
it.
if it has not been affected by Avernus at all.
Interesting. Dakari's she's gonna look back at Ruin and Belvara and Nigel. I don't know where Aragoth went.
I'm stealthing.
Oh, okay. And her eyes are just completely just dazzled. And she has a broad grin across her face, and this is like the happiest you've ever seen Takari ever. And she says, "Look, this is it. There has to be more to this, but this is it."
Yeah, Belgara's looking around the room suspiciously and says, seems a bit out of place, lest we forget where we actually are.
Takari shakes her head rapidly and says, "No, the elf at Fort Knucklebone told me that Avernus used to be beautiful, and these springs are everywhere, and if we can uncover them, then we can help Avernus as well as helping Elturel."
Belgara nods, but keeps her suspicions.
Takari's going to keep moving, and she's going to start heading to the northwardly direction.
Okay. You descend a short flight of stairs where the pool is twice the size as the other as the other one sits in the middle of the room. 4 smaller pools are on the wings, feeding the larger pool with red water. Large lanterns shine the room with low light.
Takari's gonna do the same. She's gonna run straight to the edge and lean over to it, and she's gonna knit her brows together and says, "I don't understand. Why is it this color? This is odd."
I'm gonna fill my canteen with this water that's down here.
Okay.
Nigel do the same.
Is it holy?
Yes. As you two scoop some of the water from the pool, after a moment, the water begins to bubble.
Ooh, sparkling water.
San Pellegrino.
It progresses further into a torrent of water. As the torrent of water splashes clear above the pool walls.
You broke it.
Back it up.
From the pool bursts a 16-foot tall being, with its lower half that of water, while the upper half is more human-like. It has a wide green fish head and is wearing a finely crafted silk shirt. It crosses its arms at your presence. What is the meaning of this? You disturb the future Padishah's slumber.
Oh. Sorry. We were just trying to get some fresh water down here in hell.
I will not acknowledge you further until you address me correctly.
Sorry, I was about to ask what's your name.
Surely you have been taught to address a Marid in a manner most appeasing.
But I know what he is.
I look at Nigel and then back at the being, and I just kind of bow and then drop to a knee and then look around kind of confused.
Nigel also drops to a knee, bows, and says, "Oh, great Padishah,
Oh.
Can you do the talking?
forgive us for our insolence. It was a momentary lapse in judgment. We are simply passing by, and the water here looked a little dirty, so we thought we might treat it and clean it up a bit.
Loretta.
Had we known that this was your home, we would not have dared touch such pristine water."
The Marid turns its body and gives you the cold shoulder.
Ooh, spicy boy.
Should I put the water back? Oh, great watery one.
It does not even acknowledge you.
Pray tell, how can we make amends? Oh, great Padishah, Madrid.
The Marid begins to whistle, as if waiting.
Nigel tosses in a coin into the pool. A gold coin.
Do we hear all of this happening?
I would assume so. He has a very booming voice, but it would take you a few seconds to get over there.
Yeah.
As you toss in the coin, the Marid turns towards you and says, "How dare you corrupt the pools with your paltry gifts?
Crap.
My sincere apologies. We're not of this land, and where we come from, gold is rather valuable. I only meant to pay respect to your greatness. How can I pay you the proper respect? Please tell me.
Landborns, you have much to learn. When you meet a Marid, it is customary to address us as endless wave upon the sea of fate.
Endless wave upon the sea of fate. Okay.
And that just says, "Oh, endless wave on the sea of fate. How may we pay you the proper respect?"
He was saying that was the way to do that.
How can we atone for our transgression?
Ah, servants, just as I required.
I prefer the term mercenary.
Taken upon servants is an act becoming of the future Padishah. We could have Takari and Bagara and Ruin appear now if you wish.
Takari runs towards all of this happening and is very confused by the sight that she sees.
I look back at you guys and give you a oopsie look with my face.
Nigel will call out, "Oh, great wave." What was it? A great wave against the sea of
I'll
fate.
put it in the chat so everyone can remember.
Thank you. Oh, endless wave upon the sea of fate. These are my friends.
As he
This
says
is-
that, I like do a little like side talk to the guys and say, you have to call him that.
No.
Well, just don't say anything.
Takari's gonna move up and look up to this being and hold her plant up. Not as offering, just as a way of showing that this is how they were led here, and say, endless wave upon the sea of fate. I am here in an attempt to help restore Avernus to its former glory by way of these springs.
Yes, I know of these springs. This is likely the only uninhabited pool of water in all of Avernus, and I have taken it for my own.
What can I do to appease you then, enough to return it to the people of Avernus, to the elves?
Another Marin has taken up residence in the much larger pools deeper in the system. If you were to remove her from the pool and cleanse the pool, allowing me to take residence, I will forgive you and your land-born friends for the moment. The corruption of Avernus is ever present, even in a place so exquisite as this.
And you'll allow these springs to be uncovered?
I will continue to protect them as it is becoming of the future Paddy Shah.
I think we can't speak to anybody of this water here, or else the Avernus might end up warring over them. We should keep this area a secret.
We can't keep it a secret, Aragoth. This is the way to help restore Avernus. The druid has told me.
Now then, back to why you think it is within your right to take the future Paddy Shah's well of water. Is it customary for all landborns to take which is not theirs?
Where I'm from, everybody shares the water.
We live in a communist society.
I live in a forest. We don't have a government. Or lived. Sorry.
Do you go around taking others' homes?
No, not that. No, it's water's rights.
Takari's gonna glare at Aragoth, and Nigel's like, put the water back.
I asked if that's what we should do. Endless Wave, upon the Sea of Fate, if I put the water back, will you be slightly less angry at us?
As the future Paddy Shah, it is within my best interest to let the landborns do as they wish. If you were to put the water back, I will forget that it was ever taken.
Aragoth walks up to the pond and pours it back into the rest of it.
Endless Wave upon the Sea of Fate. I ask, if we help you in this endeavor, if we go further into the springs and defeat this other one of you, are we able to use the springs?
I would allow some water to be taken, though I must ensure that the pools stay the way they are.
Is bathing a part of that? She blinks, very crusty in blood.
Don't even.
In the lower chambers, we have a pool of less desirable water.
Takari nods and gives a thumbs up and says, okay, deal then. And she looks at the rest of the party and says, well?
Let's cleanse that other pond.
It might not be as easy as just cleansing it. It has been affected by Avernus itself. Nothing less than consecrated holy water could cure such a thing.
Holy water yourself?
I think so. Hold on a second.
You would need 4 vials to cleanse all 4 of these smaller pools, which feed into the larger one.
I thought he collected an entire water skin of holy water.
So too.
Yeah. Unless you've been drinking it, weirdo.
No, I've been
He likes the good water.
I had the water skin with the wine and then the water skin with the holy water, but I don't know if
How many vials is a water skin?
At least more than one.
At least a dozen.
Let's see. A vial can hold 4 ounces.
Oh, I like the technical science on this.
Science.
And a water skin can hold 4 pints.
I'm gonna say probably yes.
How many ounces in a pint? Do
16,
math.
I
I don't
believe.
know science.
I believe it's 16
It
in
is.
a pint.
64 ounces, which divided by 4 is, I should know this,
Drum roll, please.
16.
Damn. We could
so
cleanse all
holy.
this motherfucker's pools.
Takari will turn to Aragoth and again with the doe eyes, and she holds out a flower to him and says, "Please, Aragoth."
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not gonna put up a fight about that. I've also been using silver for my protection from evil and good, which I think I've only cast like less than 5 times. So even if I use my water, it's still enough.
Yeah, I feel
Like-
like you've cast it like maybe 3 times maximum at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
And I've been saying that I do like the shavings of silver and iron. Definitely. I'll cleanse your pond. What's it? Endless wave upon the sea of fate.
Takari's very pleased.
I will be waiting here for your return.
Okay, where's this pond?
Let's go. Takari's like very eager to get this going.
Ogaris, a little not as eager, touches the amulet on her neck and casts mage armor with a double time before she turns around and follows Takari.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Takari's just
Yeah,
running,
I just
she's
have this
hauling ass.
feeling.
I'm assuming this one needs to be cleansed.
So you will cleanse these smaller ones, which feed into the larger one.
Oops, I just went through the wall. I'm a ghost. So Aragoth isn't going to waste any time. He's going to go to the closest one. And he's going to first pour a little bit like in his hand to measure it, and then turn his hand to drop it in.
Duro, real quick, is there anywhere in here that I can hide?
You could, let's see. You're a small creature. You're able to hide behind these pools.
Okay, yeah, Nigel's gonna hide as Aragoth is purifying these pools.
Okay, there it goes. As you approach the pool and drop the water in, a snake-like formation of water whips out from the pool and attempts to wrap itself around you.
I'm going to Misty Step away.
It is attacking, so you can't do that right now. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to put that on there. Okay. Don't read that bottom text, or
Okay.
you
I looked away.
Okay.
get disadvantage on your next attack.
We're all
Okay.
looking away. We're all blind. Oh, I can't see. That's so weird.
It's
It's
funny.
okay,
I just gouged my eyes out. Don't worry, I can't see anything.
I'm illiterate, so I'm good.
I never learned how to read.
Oh,
Sorry, my perception roll was too high. I couldn't not read it. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't look. I looked at the numbers, though. It looks like you missed.
Yes, this water snake is not able to grab onto you sufficiently.
Okay, so yeah, I'm still gonna so I kind of like toss the water in and like immediately after do a misty step to back away from that pond.
Kari's just gonna go ahead and unshoulder her bow.
As you drop the water into the pool, just as previously, the water begins to bubble and eventually shake and violently and start pouring out of the pools.
Uh-oh.
From the center pool emerges a second Marid who hovers above the reddish water.
What?
Marid is the creature that you saw before. This is a different one. She has bluish skin, long white hair, and is wearing a gold necklace, earrings, and jewel-encrusted crown. She speaks with a booming voice. Landwalkers, you defile my pools.
So I guess defile is a relative among these guys. We're trying to purify it. What's that? Hold on. That endless wave upon the sea of fate.
I command you, as the future Patty Shah, that you leave this pool immediately.
You can't do that.
I guess that's it, guys. We have to leave now.
Don't you want us to purify it?
That was the other Manisha.
I know, but maybe like she's like messed up in the head or something. Maybe we can get through to her.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Can I roll to see if I know anything about these beings?
Sure, roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Okay, so you know these as Marid, a type of genie from the elemental plane of water. They are very independent. They do not like other Marids because they are all contesting for the title of Marid, which is basically king of all kings. So having two Marids next to each other is definitely going to be some fighting amongst themselves.
So Belgara's gonna step forward to the pool, the edge of the pool, and say, tell us, why do you think you should be Marid?
Endless wave upon the sea of fate.
I command the largest pool in all of Avernus. Very few places are without water, and I command the largest of those.
So if you were to command the largest, purest source of water, wouldn't you be more powerful than the next Madrid that we just approached?
His pool is much smaller than mine. He is no future Patty Shaw.
Yes, but
And-
your water is red. It looks, and she looks down to the water with a touch of disdain, and then back up to the woman and says, sick.
Landwalkers thinking they know what is pure water and what isn't.
But what of the people of Avernus? What good's all this water if it is not given to the people?
The landwalkers waste it. I do not care what landwalkers do.
Duro, while they're talking, can I, because I still have the water skin in my hand, can I, like, behind my back, pour a little bit into this extra...
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand? Okay. It's not very good, but it's something.
Give it a whirl.
Do I get advantage since she's being talked to?
I think it would be more if she gets disadvantage on noticing you.
Okay. Oh, I should have given it to Nigel.
Damn it.
Yeah, as Nigel was, too late. You do have a point of inspiration, though. I don't know if you want.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna use it for
Yes,
this.
you all get a point of inspiration every week.
But I have to re-roll instead of like decide to give it to you instead, don't I?
Yes, you have to reroll.
My bow slinging is not giving me a very dexterous hands. There we go. That works.
Hey!
You are able to pour in the holy water without the Marid noticing.
Nigel sees what I'm assuming Aragoth has done.
Probably not, because are you looking at him directly, noticing what he's doing?
It's just Aragoth's in my line of sight between me and this genie.
Yeah, and
Lady.
you see what I'm doing behind my back. If he was looking, I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Oh yeah, Nigel's definitely looking. Yeah.
I want you to roll a. No, let's see. I think it would be your passive perception that's going on.
Okay. Which is not great.
That's what I would assume is happening, unless I don't know. The whole point of the sleight of hand is so Aragoth does it in a way that no one notices, not
Yeah.
specifically just her.
Sounds good. Then it's up to Aragoth if he wants to rope me into this endeavor.
Yeah. So like as that happened, I kind of realized that like I've been learning everything basically from looking at Nigel, and I'm gonna like walk back to between like I'm gonna walk back here, and then I'm gonna look back at Nigel, and kind of like I'm trying to I guess thieves can't work if I somehow kind of whispered him and thieves can't. I wonder if the genie would notice.
You could hand signal behind your back, and I can see the hand signals you're making.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of just like wiggle the water skin, and then look over my shoulder behind me at Nigel.
Nigel's gonna cast Mage Hand and take the water skin. I need to check the range on Mage Hand. 1 second.
It is 30 feet, I believe. But I think your mage hand, does it hold things? Is it invisible, right?
Right, it's invisible Mage Hand. Yeah.
Okay. And is anything so I assume everything inside the hand is also invisible. I guess it wouldn't make sense if it wasn't. So, all right. So Nigel, you pick up the water skin from Aragoth. What was the last thing, Belgara? What did you say to the Marid?
Oh, she was telling her that she was asking why she wasn't sharing the water with the people of Avernus.
Okay, and then she said because they're landwalkers and don't deserve it, essentially.
Right. Belgara is going to say to her, You're not giving us any good reasons to not take care of you for the other Merid. I would expect you to put up a greater fight or try to turn us against the other. Have you not anything to say of this?
That Merid is weak. He is not worthy of the future crown of holding the future crown of Padishah. And his little servants, his land walkers, they're nothing to me.
I see, so you intend to just sit down here and hoard all this water to your lonesome. Must be very sad, being you.
The knowledge of knowing I will be the future Padishah is enough for me.
Yes, but what a bleak future if you have to spend it alone and no recognition. I like these. You guys are just like slowly creeping around. Belgara like kind of catches out of the corner of her eye like them moving, but doesn't like. She's like, oh, and so now her goal is just like keeping this thing distracted and talking.
Takari would like to murder now.
All the Marids around the cosmos will know of me, the true future Marid. The true future Padishah.
Will they, though? Will they? I mean, no one even knows of this little hole in the mountain.
And no one will know where you are if you were to be trapped here in this mountain.
Now you are vampire.
No one knows we're even here, period. What are you talking about? You think goodwill falls on a group like us? What I can say about us, though, is that when we do finish our task and we make it out of Avernus, alive and intact, no one will ever forget us. Unfortunately for you and your lonely little spot in this mountain, you've already been forgotten.
Begone, landwalkers! Begone from my pools!
Takari looks over at Belgara and at Ruin and then looks up at the Merid and says, no.
Ruin mutters something about he forgot we were even talking to somebody.
That is no way to address endless ways upon the sea of fate.
This water isn't just for you.
Yeah, I thought you were beings that protected the water for others, not claiming for yourselves. That's kind of mean.
As the last of the holy water is distributed from or into the pools, the water begins to clear up. The redness begins to turn clear. As the water travels into the central pool, the Marid takes notice. What have you landwalkers done?
We gave you the greater source of water, pure and holy, endless wave upon the sea of fate.
And he's just kidding. We simply added food coloring to the water.
We bleached it. We put bleach in it. Holy water is bleach.
It's demon bleach.
The holy water begins to travel up the Marid's pool of typhoon of water, which holds it aloft. You landwalkers, you ruin everything for Marids.
You meddling kids.
You'll see. One day I will be the future Padishah, and I will come back for you.
Belgara smiles and says, "Well, that's certainly not today, darling."
Bye-bye.
Is this thing fading away, Duro?
The water begins to pull the Marid down into the pool.
So as this thing's fading, Nigel goes, "Oh no!"
Our water, it's broken.
I keep seeing the witch from Wizard of Oz. I'm melting!
No.
As the Marid disappears into the pools, all that's left behind is the jewelry which she was wearing.
Go on, Nigel.
Oh yeah, Nigel's going in with that jewelry.
The pools have completely cleared up at this point.
Kari is quite pleased with this. She looks at Aragoth and Nigel and gives a big smile to them and looks at Belgara and then Ruin and she says, We're doing it! We're doing the thing!
So remind me the deal that you made with the other one, real quick. Bones?
If we purify the water, then hopefully he will share the water with Avernus.
Hopefully.
Yes, he would share the water with Avernus if he helped.
Okay. So we have
And
to
apparently there's a
go
bath.
unalive him.
No.
Because, I mean, Belgara turns to Kari and says, do you think we should leave the other one? That he won't become power hungry and what has happened to Avernus before will repeat itself?
Kari looks down and sort of dashes her eyes about as she thinks and says, I'd like to put some trust in somebody.
What would happen if one of these beings had control over the water? Would they just hog it? Would they not share it? Or will they get rid of the power struggle?
He said that he would share it with the people of Avernus.
How can we know that he's telling the truth?
Well, I guess there is no really one real way to tell.
So do we want to do this the same way? There's more pools to cleanse, I assume. Do we want to use the same strategy?
Yeah, but let's start it with me having the holy water in case we have to, in case I have to move quickly.
So
kind of
you
pop around.
cleansed all the corrupt.
This is the main
Yeah.
cleanse.
Yeah.
she's gonna go back to the other Marid and go to speak with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
Nigel gives Ergoth the back his water skin of holy water.
Belgara would like to investigate this little hall.
Okay, let me deal with Takari, and then we can investigate the hall.
Of course.
Takari and Darun, you return to the Marid, who he never went back into his. Actually, he's now relaxing on his little bench. There's a recliner over here. Let me. I actually forgot to show him.
I like that he's some sort of water genie and he's got like a sweet like fainting couch that he just hangs out on.
He's a Fimsh!
What a guy.
Fimsh boy. Takari approaches him and says, "Endless wave upon the sea of fate. We have done as you have asked."
Ah, my servants did well.
Now, as promised, you will share the springs with the people of Avernus?
Of course. Nothing else would I do as the future Patty Shaw.
I feel
Can
like
I
this
have
guy's
your
so full of
word?
shit.
Of course, little landborn.
Can I check to make sure he's telling the truth?
Sure, you can do an insight.
I want to say he is, but... Oh,
Oh, you believe him so much.
I really do!
That's-
Or you could think he's lying anyways.
Takari wants to believe him. She wants to believe in this so bad, and she knits her brows together and nods a few times and says, "And we are free to explore this place without trouble."
Of course, little land walker. There's a room just west of the larger pools. You may explore that area.
Takari nods several times and says, "Thank you so very much. Endless wave upon the sea of fate." She lets out a deep sigh of relief and says, "Is there more places like this that I can find here?"
I'm afraid even I, the future Patty Shaw, does not believe there to be another place like this.
Takari nods and says, "Thank you." And she'll start moving back away towards that hall with Belgara.
Okay. So, Belgar, you enter this hall. It is a very long downward staircase, but eventually you get to the bottom. Along the way, of course, there are hanging plants and that sort. At the bottom are 5 beds, and there's also a pool of water behind these curtains.
Oh ho ho! Belgara is beyond pleased, and she approaches the water and dips her hand into it to assess its temperature.
It is an acceptable temperature. It's not heated or anything like that, but it's no worries.
Ew.
I think the ladies might need a little privacy. They should go first.
Takari looks at Belgara and says, "Is it okay if I join you?"
Belgara looks to her and says, "Yes, darling, I am tired of smelling you. Please do."
I'm also tired of smelling me.
Ergoth is just gonna sit on the steps.
Yeah, Takari's gonna look at anybody else who's in the room and the rest of the boys and just glares. Get out!
Bath time.
That's fine. Just two girls having a bath together.
Belgara pulls a bar of soap from her pouch that you can only assume that she stole from one of the many inns that they have stayed in, because it looks like possibly travel sized.
Hey, that stuff is free, okay?
It is. Last I checked.
I've gotten many lotions that way.
Ruin takes his flower ball out of his pocket.
Oh god.
And then he walks over to the pool while you guys are bathing, dunks his flower ball in, soaks it, puts it back in his pocket, and leaves it.
Jesus fucking Christ!
With the flowers!
He doesn't even fucking pay attention to you guys at all.
Belgara seems completely unfazed by this.
Takari is vibrating, jarred. She just is like frozen in time, like, and looks at Belgara and says, "Did you see what I just saw?"
Belgara just shakes her head and says, I don't ask questions anymore, darling.
She also asks to borrow that bar of soap whenever Belgara's done with it.
Yeah, she just kind of like tosses it over.
Oh, okay.
A little underhanded toss, you know?
We like an underhand. Yeah, Takari takes her first proper bath of the adventure.
As you guys sit down next to Ruin, you will notice that he stinks as well, because he waded through that blood as well, and he has no inclination to take a bath, so you might want to go farther up the stairs.
Okay, I guess it's just Nigel and Ergoth playing a card game then.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Probably safe.
Oh, and Belgara finishes up. She's gonna climb out and make her way over to one of the beds and sit down at it.
Takari will also get out, and she's just like wringing out her hair.
For some reason in my head, it's like when you pull a dog out of the bath and they're just like shaking aggressively and just water's flying everywhere.
No, not so much that. Just her wringing out her hair, like a normal person wrings out their long hair when they get out of the shower.
Look, I watched you try to pop a giant zit the other day, okay?
Kari had ambitions, okay? Weird ambitions, but ambitions nonetheless. She'll like call out to the rest of them. We are no longer naked.
Ergoth pokes his head around the corner. And then looks back at Nigel.
Nigel says, "Whippy!" and he gets out of his clothes immediately, down to his underwear, and like cannonballs into the pool. Which he's so tiny that it's like a.
A little boop. I love that.
Ergoth shies into the corner, like behind this bush to undress, and then to get into the pool. But just before he does, he's gonna pour the holy water in there because of Takari's pus fluids probably like defiled the pond. So he's gonna consecrate the water first, and then he's gonna jump in.
She's a clean girl now.
Ruin just steps in fully clothed and spins around a few times to get whatever wants to come off his robe off, and then gets back out.
Amazing.
It's as much effort he's willing to do.
That's fair. Boots and all?
Yep.
Your socks are gonna get wet.
Wait a minute, isn't your like patron like a water god?
Yep.
Amazing.
Your socks are so wet now.
What socks?
Oh no.
No. What do your shoes look like?
They're boots.
Oh wait, you're a tiefling. Don't you have hooves? Do tieflings have hooves?
I have hooves, yeah.
My little hooves.
Hooves.
Look at my
Hooves for
little
your
hooves.
boots for your hooves?
You're just clippity clopping around in the bathtub.
Yeah, stop looking at my hooves, alright?
Oh my god. I'm feeling all the feelings thinking of you, like just clippity clopping little circles in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Like Dominic the Donkey, the Christmas donkey song?
It's like the most precious thing you ever did do. Probably the most precious thing you ever will do.
Oh goodness.
Fair. That's fair.
Oh no.
Whenever Ruin gets out of his spin cycle, she'll like ask him, and what was the point in dunking the water or the flowers in the water?
Aren't you supposed to water plants?
They're magic flowers, Ruin. They don't need to be watered. And it's a ball of flowers at this point.
Ruin takes the ball out and wrings it as hard as he can to get every drop of water out of it. And now it's a wrecked ball of flowers, and he jams it back in his pocket.
Takari's a little upset by this.
Ruin's a little upset by this. He tried to water your fucking flowers, and fucking it wasn't good enough.
Are you guys married now? What's happening? When did you guys get married?
I don't know. Ask Chat.
Oh my.
Ask Wandering. He's the one who shipped it.
Oh no.
Takari just kind of like looks him over the situation and like knits her brows together and says, Ruin, for all that is good and holy in this world, why?
Why what?
Why the flowers? Why the bringing of the flowers? Why the dunking of the flowers? Why the flower ball? Why? Why the flowers every hour? Flower hour.
I'm just trying to understand. I thought you were supposed to water plants, so I tried to water plants, and then you tell me I don't have to, so I didn't. I got rid of the water. What more do you want?
You don't have to get rid of Ruin.
Ergwelth is just like,
Why do mom and dad have to fight so much?
She like covers her face with her hands and shakes her head a few times, just very confused.
Also, Wondering says you guys got married last night at Outback. Don't you remember?
Oh,
Parking lot.
In the parking
the
lot.
parking lot, that's
oh
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
with the nachos.
Well, yeah, everybody got married. You included, Creep, because you were there. We all got married at the parking lot of Outback Steakhouse. Yeah, Takari's just confused. She's just gonna like sigh and drop it for the moment. I'm sure that the flower ball situation will come to a head eventually.
Everyone's going to take the ball of flowers
Sithy.
back out and try to form it back into a circle if he can.
Takari just rolls her eyes and shakes her head over this.
You did notice that when he took it out, though, it looked like there were two flowers that looked like eyeballs and a straight line that was a mouth.
Oh my god.
Is he building a Wilson? Like what's
Yes, he is!
Takari just kind of looks at him for a moment and just, Ruin, are you okay?
Yep. He puts the ball in his pocket and goes up the stairs.
It's like Wilson, but its name is Takari.
No.
You're done for. You're toast.
Toast.
Ergwelth falls asleep in the pond with like his head.
Oh, well,
in the
Nigel
back
was gonna
next to him.
Nigel was gonna strike up a conversation with Ergo to ask him more about his background.
Real quick,
That's
Takari's just gonna ask Belvara, are we staying here for the night, I'm assuming?
Might as well. It's comfortable. We have fresh water, beds.
It's been a while since we've slept in a bed, or under one, in my case.
Yes. Belgara she's like, since she got out of the tub, she's been just like relaxing with her wineskin and like watching everyone and listening.
Takari's just gonna, before she can even ask, she climbs onto the bed with Belgara and sits with her back to Belgara and looks over her shoulder with like those big old doe eyes and says, braid my hair, please.
What?
Will you braid my hair, please, Belgara?
Of course. And she offers her the wineskin as she goes about braiding Takari's hair in a very intricate design.
Hell yeah.
So Nigel's gonna ask Ergoth, so do you ever think about Westgate?
No, not much. Think about how it's a lot like Baldur's Gate. It's another corrupt
Also-
city.
Another corrupt city?
Pretty much. They seem to be all the same. To me, anyway.
Suppose I could thrive well there too. Maybe if we get out of this live, I might see what Westgate's all about.
Well, I think it's less of a risk of it going to hell. So there's that. But it's just a city that was closer to my original home. It was the first city that I found when I went wandering around.
Your original home, that's right. If I recall correctly, you were born in the forest?
Yeah, the Gulfendor Forest.
Gulfendor?
Yep.
Can't say I've ever heard of it, but you were raised by some druids?
I was.
Do you ever think about them?
Yeah, every day I get reminded of my old home.
Why did you decide to leave?
Just a naive, dumb kid that wanted to leave the forest for something interesting. Really.
Sort of the same way, but my departure from my forest was a little less my choice. You see, I stole from someone who I shouldn't have, and I was shunned by my family, who was in good standing with my tribe. So I had to leave, you see.
What did you steal?
I stole a gem of magical importance from the elder amongst my gnome village. Unfortunately, because I stole this magical gem, I was quickly found out, and well, the rest of it's history. I had to leave my village. And so I traveled to the nearest city, which happened to be Baldur's Gate.
I think if I make it out of here, I want to go back to the forest and meet my mentor again.
And I hope that if we get out of here, someday I can make amends.
Ergoth nods. And he's kind of just like, has like a bit of a nostalgic kind of longing look in his face. And then realizes that we're both naked talking to each other and gets weirded out. And
Well, Nigel is never nude.
Oh, okay. Ergoth is definitely
Amazing.
Why? What are you hiding, Nigel?
Your little Tobias Funke.
He's yes, exactly.
Amazing.
But Nigel also kind of like quietly whispers over there, you know, someone we don't know a lot about is Ruin. Why do you think he doesn't want to talk about himself?
I could understand why he wouldn't want to. I don't want to press him.
Maybe someday he'll want to open up.
Duro, can I hear that with my passive perception?
Or speaking thieves can't.
Your passive perception is 18, so
Wow.
I would assume.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
Dad can definitely fucking hear your ass in the bath.
Retcon, we're speaking thieves can't. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say we were.
No, I'd be happy if Ruin overheard.
Ruin gets up and walks over to the edge of the pool. Do you think I'm complicated?
Actually,
Hard pipes
no. I
up,
think
yes.
you're very straightforward. I think your thoughts are complicated, but your actions are simple.
Would you like a glimpse into my world?
Ergoth
Not just
just
like-
kind of tentatively says, Maybe?
Nigel gets excited and says, yes, yes.
Look, people think evil is complicated. It's not. Evil is simple. But it's also empty. There are no mysterious depths to evil. And when you're faced with evil, all of us, when we're facing evil, we just stare into a dark hole, and then we fill that hole with our fears. And in the end, it's still just a damn hole. That's the world I live in. And then he goes back and lays down on the bed.
Can I just say, I think evil and good both have their ideals. I think evil it's a dark abyss, but good is a bright light that can be too blind sometimes. Can lead to zealotry.
Evil isn't complicated enough to be an abyss. But once you've entered that world, few escape it.
Yeah, that I could understand. But there are the few who do.
Say that to your flowers, Ruin.
Ruin's gonna take the flower ball out and make the mouth a frowny face.
Aragoth is gonna try to hide behind this bush while he dresses
Why are you?
from Belgara and Takari.
Why are you shame hiding in the corner like a toddler pooping?
It's the way I was raised, you know.
Okay.
Well, since we're all talking about ourselves, Belgar, you said you were raised on a farm in Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
Do you ever think about home? The simple life?
I always think about home, but I also carry home with me wherever I go. And she reaches into her bag and kind of just pulls the cast iron out just enough to be like, this is what I'm talking about kind of deal.
As you said that, Aragoth was in the middle of grabbing his book for his notes, and you say that, and he kind of gets he pauses, and he looks at you, and then he clenches a book tighter, and then he looks at the pan, and then he just kind of goes back to laying down and going to his book.
Wait, Belgar, you just pulled a cast iron pan out of what now?
Her pack. Her pack.
I'm Belgar. The cast iron pan reminds you of home. Nigel creeps up closer to the edge of the pool.
This pan has been in my family for longer than I could tell you. It was my great-great-great-great-great-grandmother's, going all the way back through our lineage. It's been passed down through the women throughout the generations. My family may have been simple farmers, but we relied heavily on tradition and bloodlines. It's very important to us to stay close to our ancestors. I'm afraid this is all I have of my family now. And you would be able to tell, the pan it's not particularly large. It's big enough that it could cook maybe 2 pieces of 2 cuts of steak in it at the same time. But it's very old and it looks very well seasoned if you know what you're looking for in that department. It's a very, very dark color and it seems like it's been taken very good care of through the years.
It looks quite heavy, is it?
It is, yes.
Curious. Have you ever considered using it as a weapon?
She kind of chuckles at this and smiles a little bit and says, You're assuming that it's never been used as such before.
I suppose I am.
But no, I've never quite needed physical weapon. That's not to say it hasn't been raised on a person from time to time. Can be a little daunting.
It does look well seasoned. I don't think you've ever cooked. I've never seen you cook with it.
No, you have. She's cooked with it. Any meal that she's cooked for you guys, like she cooked a meal for you guys in the church that we were in when we first got to Avernus. When
Yeah, she made our
You
our,
did.
our food when we Takari took down that
The deer.
little deer. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope that you can cook some fine meals in the near future for us on such pan again.
I do hope so as well.
You know, my mentor used to show me very interesting spices and plants to use in cooking. Maybe I'll lend a little bit of advice for that.
She
Oh,
perks up
actually-
at this and says, I am always willing to learn more things about cooking in the natural world. It's a bit of a passion of mine.
No, it says, in fact, I've actually, he looks in his adventurer's pack and he pulls out the venison that Aragoth gave him before they went into Avernus. I've got some venison. If you'd like to cook, maybe we can have a meal.
Duro, how does that venison look now? How long's it been?
Oh boy.
It
I think
definitely
I did
has
try
some.
to dry it. Like I think I tried to turn it into jerky, but I don't know now.
Did you turn it into jerky?
I don't remember that.
I like cut it in very thin strips and laid it out on a tree in the sun when we were resting in the forest after that hunt we did.
I don't think that was long enough to sufficiently
No.
Jerk it
dry it.
Even if it was like paper
No.
thin, like prosciutto.
No. Jerky
No.
takes like days.
At this point, it has grown a bit of mold on it. There's a couple maggots involved as well,
Oh.
Gross.
but
Uh,
I'm sure you could just cut off the bad bits.
yeah, because that's how meat works.
It's not like a cheese situation.
Wow.
It's
So
not like
Nigel
moldy
pulls
bread
out-
or anything.
Nigel pulls out this rotting meat. He thinks better of it. Just kind of tosses it in the corner at this point.
Corner of meat. Corner of meat.
Oh no.
No,
Yes.
it's strange.
I'm glad we get to
Wow.
smell that now while we sleep.
Who's the stinky one now?
It's been about a week and a half to 2 weeks since you guys came to Avernus, so
Oh lord. Belgar just smiles nervously at him.
God.
Like maybe there's something wrong. I don't. Nope, not gonna touch
Whoa.
that.
Nope. Even Takari has standards, okay?
But so you've got this cast iron skillet. What significance does it hold? You said it's been passed down from generation to generation, but have you ever stopped to ask why?
I've never needed to. You see, I live I grew up in a very traditional setting. My family, through the years, through the centuries, have always been farmer folk. And it was always the woman who would cook for the home and for the family and take care of domestic things. It was a point of pride for the women in my family to be excellent cooks, to feed those around them well, to take care and hold a beautiful house above all. It has very great significance. It's the power of all the female ancestors is distilled into this One piece of metal. How many hands have touched it, have cared for it? That's a great deal of power and love in a single item.
That pan imparts its own flavor to whatever it's cooked with, or whatever you cook on it. It's the nostalgia probably attached to it. I know about well-seasoned pans. It's a matter of preservation. Well-seasoned pan is hard to come by.
Yes, there is lots of work and care that goes into something like that.
Nigel nods his head in agreement. Well, thank you, Dalkara, for sharing your story.
She nods her head and closes her bag back.
And then Nigel looks over to Takari.
Takari's just like inspecting her new braid approvingly.
Have we seen any bullywugs while we've been in Avernus?
Yes, we spoke with bullywugs at Fort Knucklebone. Don't you remember?
I do now.
They were fueling up as they were, or you met them as they were fueling up. They only spoke for a few minutes.
And then, so Nigel asked Takari, when we saw the bullywugs earlier, did you recognize them, Takari?
Takari shook her head no and says, no, they were not of the bullywugs that I was raised with. But it was nice to see that of my adoptive kin.
Agreed. There have been some of the more amicable creatures that we've met here in Avernus thus far.
That is saying something.
Takari laughs at this, like a big belly laugh, and throws her head back and shakes it and says, you know so little of bullywugs, then.
Takari, would you tell us more of bullywugs?
Bullywugs are warriors. They are probably the best warriors that I've seen. But they are hostile, and they destroy where they go.
They destroy where they...
The lands that they travel to are decimated in their path, Nigel. Bullywugs are not kind folk.
It sounds awful, yes.
They raised me to put a bow in my hands since as long as I could grip one.
Well, you're a quite skilled fighter.
My upbringing was the cause of this.
Your upbringing, I seem to recall that you mentioned something of dreams and fire.
Takari kind of shrinks away at this and gives a short little nod. I was driven away from the bullywugs and towards Baldur's Gate because of the dreams, yes.
What did you see in the dreams?
She glances down at her hands and is sort of fidgeting and clearly uncomfortable with this line of questioning, but she answers anyway and says, great fire, destroying my kind. Not the bullywugs, but elves, wood elves. I had those dreams often. They started when I was young, and as I got older, they only increased, and I left to find out what they meant.
Have you found any answers yet?
She sort of sheepishly looks at everybody in the room and then lands back on Nigel and says, No, but yes, but no. No, I don't know.
Well, if we make it out of here alive, I guess that's something else we can do. Find out what happened.
Kari shrinks away even further at the idea of leaving Avernus.
Anyway, Nigel cease his questioning.
Perhaps, we should speak about what we are to do with this other Myrid.
He promises that he will share this water with the rest of Avernus. This is the best chance that we have at helping the elves restore the land.
Yes, but if there is no him, there is no worry.
Ergoth, while he's like, his eyes are closed, kind of hears this, and he's like, kind of directed at Belgara, but his eyes are still closed. I think the worry was between their power struggle. I think if it's just that guy, we might be okay. And he just rolls over on his side and continues to...
Yes, but who's to say another won't come along?
Well, we'll find out which one's the weaker one and simplify the situation.
Nigel chimes in and suggests, either way, we should probably draft up a contract, wouldn't you say? Between us and this, Madri.
Murid.
The Murid.
A contract.
Yes, I've been meaning to ask as well, Belgara, if you know something of this. Do contracts have some magical effect here in Avernus?
Do what?
Well, do they have, just by nature of being a contract, do they have a magical effect, or are those special contracts that were signed earlier, were those contracts infused with some sort of magical spell that had some sort of created a bounding of magic, a binding?
Well, I believe if we are signing in our blood, then yes, there would be a magical binding effect.
Belgara, roll an Arcana for me.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Alright.
You know what? Since you already know this about contracts, or you know some things about contracts, you probably know a little bit more. So the contracts are written by devils through an archdevil. So the devils themselves don't have the power. They get the power from the archdevils themselves.
I'll relay this knowledge to Nigel.
That is also why you yourself can't write the infernal contracts.
So
Yeah,
you
that's a
see,
shame.
we wouldn't be able to write an infernal contract. But a regular contract, yes, but I don't really see a Myrid following any rules we lay for him.
I don't quite trust him. I would have preferred if we could keep him under contract, but it is what it is at this point.
I certainly don't trust him a single bit.
I trust him more than anybody in Avernus at this point, though. If you take a look around you,
You don't trust the future Patty Shaw?
Kari
Oh
does.
my god, I do not know.
think about it.
Do I know what a
Belgara.
Patty Shaw even is?
Yeah, I told you when you rolled earlier. The Padishah is like the king of all Marids, essentially.
Okay.
I just recognized the title from Dune. It's in the Dune book series, Padishah Emperor.
It is.
Yeah, so these Marids are in a constant struggle between themselves to essentially show that they are the true Marid, or the true Padishah.
Shah also means king in Farsi.
Yeah, I don't believe genies in general. I don't trust them. I don't feel like they're trustworthy guys, you know? Never. No.
Seems like they're like elves, but with more magic. If you
Whoa.
think about it, you know. Well, you know what I mean. Like the high elves.
I'm right here.
High elves. Are you a high elf?
No, but still.
Are you high right now?
I don't know what kind of flowers can I make, Duro.
What was that?
What kind of flowers can Takari make?
What
Anything to get high off? You know, any stoner flowers?
No, you're not a high elf. You're a wood elf.
Oh my god.
Hugh.
God.
Ergoff looks at Belgara and he says, I think we should probably not make the situation worse. It's actually pretty awesome that we have a little haven here. Plus the what's his name again? Marid?
Marid.
The Marid that we took down says that she's gonna come back for us. Maybe we should have a Marid on our side.
Takari agrees.
I feel as though ultimately any decision that is made final is Takari's decision. This is her quest.
Takari looks extremely sheepish about this. She is not much of a decision maker other than just leaving everything she knows and loves. And she looks up at Belgara and over at Aragoth and Nigel and says, I think Aragoth is right. If a Marid is angry with us, it would do us great benefit to keep one on our side. And I have no reason not to trust him at this point. He'd allowed us around. He promises that he will share this water with Avernus, and I just have to trust him for now.
And even if we don't trust him, we shouldn't start a fight.
Very well then.
Nigel shrugs.
I suggest we all get a little shut-eye then.
Takari's gonna go at the foot of Ruin's bed and like hint at underneath of it. Like old time's sake.
Yeah.
Alright, Takari just climbs underneath there. She feels much safer sleeping there.
So Nigel says, well, we're still in hostile territory, so we should probably still have a watch system set up if we are to sleep.
Takari sighs and climbs out from underneath the bed and says, I'll take first watch.
Let's see. I want to have... Ruin roll a religion check.
Oh boy.
Okay, 1 second. I'm sending you a message.
Okay.
I thought I disconnected there.
No, I was trying to type, but then I kept messing up my sentence. So I was like, oh, okay, I gotta tell you guys.
That sounds like my life.
Do you understand it? I messed up a few times, but
Yeah, I got it. I'm just reading through it again. Ruin, while you guys were having the last bit of that conversation, he had been kind of doing some contemplative thought. And he's pretty sure that this place has been protected. And we should be totally safe from evil here. Besides me.
Excellent. Takari then climbs back underneath the bed.
He had to think for a minute to see if he was going to make you take a watch anyway, and him not take one. But he decided not to be a dick.
From underneath the bed, Takari hands him a flower and then gives him the finger. Just one singular little elf hand.
Yep. Flower goes in the pocket, and then he goes to sleep.
all right. So you all rest, get your long rest in, and 8 hours later you awaken, or 4 hours later if you're an elf.
Yeah, don't forget about me.
Oh, elves can sleep in, right?
Oh, I would imagine Takari's healthy elfness just makes her jarringly awake.
She's just like laying back with
Oh,
her
God.
eyes wide while everybody's snoring.
She like powers on basically. I imagine Takari when she goes to sleep, because she really just goes into trance, she just powers down and then powers back up again.
That's what I do at work on my lunch.
She climbs out from underneath the bed and tries not to jostle it.
Okay, I guess you guys can eat for the morning, or yeah, I guess technically it's a morning for you.
Ergoth has one ration left and is looking forward to Belgara finding food.
Would you like some fresh water and food today?
Oh,
Ruin learned that spell overnight.
Wow. Someone seems a bit nice today.
You don't want food today, is that what I'm hearing?
Takari is willing just to eat her ration just for the sake of saying, "What's got you in such a good mood, Ruin?
Mm,
Is it the flowers? Do they make you happy?"
okay, Ruin's gonna do this in a two-step process.
Oh god.
Ruin's gonna cast Create Food and Water, but instead of
Okay.
having everybody get out their water containers to catch it in, he's just gonna cast the food near the stairs. So there is a bunch of food by the stairs. And then he's just gonna cast the water all over the floor.
Amazing.
Bit rude, isn't it? Takari then will bonk Rune on the head with her bow.
And it's a lot of food, like 45 pounds worth of food.
Jesus
Shit.
fucking Christ.
Why?
But it'll only last a day. Because I can't control it, that's why.
Great.
I like it.
So there you go. Food
How much
for
of it can
the
I just store away for later?
day. As much as you want, but it will spoil tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
It will last one day.
An average person eats about 4 pounds of food a day.
Why do you know that?
Yeah, I literally just looked it up.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
enough to
okay.
feed. The spell says it's enough to feed 15 humanoids.
That's amazing.
It's
Aerogoth
not
is actually
super
kinda-
tasty. It's kind of bland, but it's.
Ergoth is kind of sad that this much food is about to be wasted.
Yeah, I thought you would be.
Also, I just read that what you wrote, Nigel, and that's really fucking funny.
Yeah, I ran a campaign, and Duro was a that character. And he leapt from the window in a tower trying to escape, and the well, I guess it was a castle. It's kind of like a compound at the time. They were on high alert, and so they had their bows and arrows trained at the tower. And then Duro just ate a bunch of arrows, and then he also failed all of his death saves.
No, what happened was I was trying to fly away, and the bullywug shot at me, and I went down in the air, so I fell, and I just died on the ground.
I want that entire story tattooed on my body, because that's fucking funny.
All right, we're moving on.
Yep.
Okay.
So you don't want to do anything about the Merid.
I want to
Nope.
see what he's up to. Kind of on
Oh,
the way out, perhaps, if we could talk to him, be like, I don't know. Are we like able to come back here if we want to?
you could. It's a little out of the way though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you as you're walking out, you actually unfortunately do not see him in the pool. He's likely sleeping or whatever Marids do in the water.
Snooze. Vibe.
Alright, I just keep walking. I was curious to see if he was still around.
Okay.
Wait, do we want to wake him up before we leave?
No, we got business to take care of.
Okay.
Bagar is pacing.
Yeah. I'm assuming Duro's just gonna yoink us out.
Okay. Do you want to go back to the place you went to before? Here.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
While they're traveling out, Takari will kind of loop her arm around Belgara's and give it a little squeeze as a way to say thanks for doing this with her.
Belgara just smiles down to her.
Now she's so fresh and clean.
So fresh and so clean.
Right, back onto the overworld map. You're down here. Can you see that? Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Down here. And we're moving our way back here. Okay, I will just describe to you again what you see. You see a giant giant tombstones are a pair of leaning. I should learn how to speak. Okay. Rising from the barren hill are two tombstones, which appear to be monoliths, each soaring more than 50 feet into the smoky red sky. Dozens of armored knights kneel in motionless reverence before the monoliths, between which is a set of onyx steps leading down under the hill. And you also recognize that these knights are wearing faded regalia of Elturel.
I'm gonna go peer down the stairs.
You peer down the stairs, where a pair of basalt doors block the passageway. Their surface is engraved with a relief of a knight locked in combat with a devil.
Does it look familiar?
Not particularly, but it would appear to be in reference to the Hellrider's descent into Avernus. There's also, you notice, there's no visible handles, locks, or bolts on this door.
I am
Maybe-
going. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna touch my my amulet and cast Mage Armor for double duration, and I am going to approach the door and investigate it.
Okay.
Kari will follow behind her.
Investigate how? What are you looking for?
See if there's a way to open it.
All right, roll for investigation.
Oh,
Can I look over her shoulder and see what she's trying to look at?
No. In your fumbling around, Belgara,
that's not good.
you touch the door, and merely touching it causes it to open.
Oh, I make like a little like oh sound.
Oh.
Slow.
The doors grind against the stone floor as they open. A dry dust smell permeates from the dark passageway.
I'm gonna peer inside.
It is very dark down there.
I'm gonna actually like walk past her as she's looking and take point. And I'm gonna try to stealth.
I'm going to I'm gonna touch my amulet around my neck once more, and I'm going to cast light on it.
Okay, I forgot to put you guys down here. 1 second.
Oop. While you're doing that, I'm also going to go ahead and stealth. I feel like that's a smart thing to do right now. I'm extremely stealthy.
How much light does your light give?
20 bright and then an additional 20 dim, so 40 foot radius altogether.
I just hear like a diesel engine behind me as Ruben starts moving.
Tank goes burr.
Oh, stealth too. Sorry.
Does mage armor give you physical armor? Like
Yeah.
tangible?
No. Oh, it's so stealthy.
Much stealth. You are the shadow.
Okay, let's see. I will grab you.
Everybody's got plus 10 as well.
Okay. After the last of you, is everyone entering?
Yep.
Yeah.
After the last of you enter, the door begins to close behind you.
Oh, great.
No. Nigel throws a rock. I don't know. Tries to stop it from closing all the way.
Oops.
Aragoth is going to do a little forehead tap while looking at Belgara.
Belgara creates a link between the two, and inside of his mind she says, "Yes, may I help you?"
Do you mind if me and Nigel kind of peek around real quick and then come back? We won't be out of sight.
Not at all. I'll keep the link open. In case anything happens, you can call to me in your mind.
And then in Thieves' Cant to Nigel, I say, do you want to take left or right?
I'm always left.
All right. My left or your left? Just kidding. All right, I'll go right.
All
Who's
right,
on
before
first?
you start moving, I need to describe to you what's right in front of you. So at the landing of the stairs is a single statue of a soldier, and in front of it is an urn.
Belgara's going to come forward and study the urn and statue.
I step out of the way and let her investigate.
There is no markings of any sort, but the statue is also wearing the regalia of El Terrell.
Is the urn empty, Belgara?
Is it?
No, there is ash in there.
Doesn't look to be. No.
Can I leave an offering on top of whatever's in there?
Belgara steps aside.
And Takari just places a daisy inside on the top of the ash and then steps back. As
As you place it onto the urn, a spirit dressed as an Elturalian knight emerges from the urn.
Is he handsome?
He is, sure, why not? He is also ghostly.
That's subjective.
You know the ghost part only makes him more handsome to us,
Yeah.
right, Duro?
Come on, Duro. Haven't you learned yet?
I
And he,
said yes.
He
Okay.
came from a clay pot and he looks like Patrick Swayze.
Takari steps back startled.
Belgara fixes her hair.
I am a knight of Elturel, and this is the crypt of the Hell Riders. Those who are buried here fought and died alongside Zariel when she waged war in Avernus. We are now cursed to remain here. We beg you, find a way to help us. The crypt keeper has hidden the parchments bearing the names of all Elturelian knights who rest here. If these are destroyed, this may release us from Zariel's control.
Yes, of course.
Takari nods several times, just still very startled.
Duro, does the knight sign off after this message?
Technically, yes. He goes back inside the statue.
This was a pre-recorded message.
Well, it's not. It's not. It doesn't happen too often where a bunch of people walk into a crypt.
Knight is going to keep making his way to the left.
Okay, so Ergoth, you see a statue of a woman on a horse. There's a plaque in front of it.
Can I read the plaque from where I'm standing?
No, you have to get closer.
Okay, I'm gonna do my little stealthy crouch and look at it.
On this bronze plaque in front of the statue, it reads, "In honor of General Yael, who fought and died in the name of Zariel on the plains of Avernus."
I don't know who Yael is, right?
Yes, you do.
Do I?
It was in our
No.
visions.
Oh, okay.
She's the woman who had or has at one point the sword of Zariel.
Oh, okay.
That is Yael.
I'm gonna kind of like look around the statue, perhaps to see if there's a conspicuous sword hanging about.
Unfortunately, no, there is no sword of Zariel, the thing that you're seeking.
Okay.
Right.
I think I'm still linked with Elgara, so I tell her what I see.
Nigel, you enter this room, and along the walls are 6 large iron burial urns positioned reverently, each engraved with a noble coat of arms from the city of Elturel. They have polished swords, lances, and shields laying on their surface.
Do any of them stand out to me?
Not particularly. They may have been used in, or may have been used by someone of higher rank, but they appear just to be of normal swords.
Then Nigel's going to move on from this room.
Okay. Ergos, which way do you go?
Belgar's gonna speak back to Aragoth and warn him that if you go much further, it shall sever the connection between us.
How much further?
It's only a 30-foot range, and you're at 30 feet, basically.
At this point, I see. Is there like a split here, or is that just like a column in front of me?
It is a split. There's a
Right, yeah.
south and then a east.
I'm not going to go any further because if it splits, then that means they might not know which direction I went. So I'm going to actually head back.
Okay. Nigel, do you want to continue forward?
Yep.
Okay. You travel down this long hallway where the room is lined from wall to wall with gold, jewels, and ornate works of art. Despite the room being covered in layers of dust, the treasure brightly glistens.
Oh, crap.
Belgara's gonna see Aragoth coming back and returning to them, and she's going to say, it doesn't seem as though Nigel has returned yet. Perhaps we should go find him, just in case.
Yeah, I didn't want to split up too far. Just wanted to peek around.
All right.
There's a split in the road. I don't want to keep going until the party's together.
Let's meet up with Nigel, and we'll go from there.
Nigel, you do have a few moments before they arrive to decide what you want to do.
Quick, Nigel, we're coming. We're coming to get you, Nigel.
Okay. So, what else does Nigel see in this room? Does he see any, like, he's going to inspect this room for traps, definitely. Like, this is too easy.
Slow down, guys. Slow down. Let him figure this out.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting my character over there.
Okay.
Takari's, she's just licking walls and stuff. I don't know.
You can go ahead and roll a perception
Schnozberries
check.
taste like schnozberries.
Roll a perception check, Nigel. Okay, you peer around the room and you do not find any sort of traps laying around.
Okay, so I guess Nigel's looks like it's right there. He's going to inspect the pile of treasure. What does he see in this pile of treasure?
To his right is a large pile of golden coins.
Golden coins. Okay. Nigel's eyes narrow. He says, "Okay, you can always come back." He starts like talking to himself. Not now. Not now. Come back. We can come back and get this. But he can't resist it. So he picks up a coin from the pile.
Okay, a singular coin.
One coin, and he looks at it.
It looks like a typical coin. There's no adverse effects of you picking it up.
Okay, now I'm just gonna take a big scoop of the coins.
Okay, you pick up
A handful.
Let me see. You pick up 64 gold pieces before anyone notices you doing so.
Okay.
And that is when Belgara and Takari and the others arrive.
Ah, Nigel, I see you found your Shangri-La.
Well, we have stumbled upon a fortune, it would seem. Jiro has Nigel already put away those coins he picked up?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm sure you haven't tampered with anything in the room that could potentially lead us into any sort of danger.
Nope.
Yes. She looks around to the party and says, probably best to not touch the treasure until we know what is really going on down here.
Takari whines because it's all so shiny and so pretty.
Aragolf just sees weight that he doesn't want to pick up.
Yeah.
Belgara doesn't seem the least bit phased by treasures. Unless it's a crown. That's different.
If Aragoth came back this way, Nigel will ask him about what he saw.
Yeah, I didn't want to go too much further. It looked like there was a split along the path. Although, as he turns to see like this side of the, as he turns to see down this path here, he says, "I think this, I think it actually loops around back here, but I don't know. Maybe it's a circle."
Only one way to find out, Ergoth.
Yep. He's gonna do the crouchy thingy and look around, start walking.
Okay.
Squatting.
Just wait right there for a second. You enter a hallway between two rooms and you find recesses in the walls that are holding iron burial caskets. Each casket has a single healthy red rose resting on its lid.
I give it a little appreciative look and leave it right where it is.
Okay.
Belgara is looking at this statue in the treasure room.
Okay, you can roll your perception check. To your knowledge, it just appears to be another statue.
Is it holding anything? Just a sword, I'm assuming?
It's a stone sword, yeah.
Takari's gonna put a flower on it.
So, Ergoth, in this room are 6 stone sarcophagus, neatly aligned in 2 rows against the wall. Above these are small dishes attached to the wall. Chiseled into each of these sarcophagus are the words, "Dedicated to Zariel's chosen who defended Idleglyn with all their soul."
starting to suspect we might find something important in here.
Perhaps.
I was talking to Nigel. I don't think you can hear me. Oh, there you are. Hey. That's a chandelier, right? I can walk under that. I'm not gonna like burn
That is
myself.
a brazier on the floor, but you
Oops.
you don't want to walk on it.
Hot toad.
All right, stop right there. As you move further into this hallway, you begin to hear thumping sounds as if something is banging on metal. The thump sometimes overlaps with another.
What direction do I hear it from?
Coming from that room in front of you.
Belgara steps aside to let the bigger, stronger people go first.
That's me.
Clearly.
Metal banging.
In the center of the room are 4 large boxes of infernal iron. These boxes have large metal doors with metal beams holding them closed. Every few seconds, each of the iron boxes shakes violently as whatever is inside them is trying to break free. However, one of these boxes has already been opened. The beam holding it closed has been broken.
If you want to move on, we should move quickly, or if you want to check the other route, what do we want to do?
Let's keep going forward. We're here to help these people. We're bound to find trouble. Seems to follow us wherever we go.
In the corner right there is a... Let me see. It's an iron urn heaped with human bones that is squatted in the alcove.
What size are the bones, Darrow?
Human size.
Are they particularly little?
Not particularly, but there are some little bones.
He
spread
said
about-
it. He's on the thing.
Jesus Christ.
Little phalanges.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Can't help myself. I'm just a little guy. What do you want?
What is in here?
There was this hallway over here too.
Yes. It is the connecting hallway which Ergoth did not travel through.
Sweet.
Okay, moving on.
Alright, so you continue on to this room. In the center of this room is a large chest inlaid with accents of a sun in white gold. On its front is a lark emblazed with the holy symbol of Lathander. Surrounding this chest are 4 angel statues. You could deduce that they were once beautiful statues, but have become corrupted. They have no facial features save for small horns on their foreheads. Their wings have begun to transform from bird feathers into bat wings. On the plaque behind the chest, it reads, "The golden sun burns brightest in the honored dead."
Belgara says aloud to everyone, I think we may have found what we're looking for.
Should we honor the dead?
Does Reginald know how to open boxes?
Oh, is he like the bomb robot?
I don't know if that is in Reginald's
Okay,
skill set.
Nigel also has mage hands, so I can open things from afar.
Before
By
you
all
do that, can I?
means.
Yeah.
Nigel asked, do we want to open this from afar?
I would like to, but I would like to summon Reginald first.
Reginald is on the way.
Yay! I just like the idea of him like scurrying towards us.
He gives you like a thumb up, I guess, somehow.
Belgura steps back a few paces,
Claw up.
just in case.
Okay, Reginald moves to the front and tries to finagle with the lock. Unfortunately, crabs cannot open locks.
Hey
No.
Nigel, can you do that cool thing you did with the water skin back there?
Nigel, crash!
The fuck? Yeah, Nigel, what am I doing?
Mage handing?
Mage handing what?
The lock.
The lock on this. Okay, sure. Dura, I guess this would be a sleight of hand with the mage hand.
Sure. Your mage hand tugs at the lock, but it refuses to open.
Nigel will try again with more. Like he underestimated this lock earlier, and now he's going to go full tilt.
It
on
won't work. Your
won't work.
mage hand won't be able to open it.
Guys, it seems like I can't open this from afar. I think I'll have to get up close.
Aragorn readies a bow as he says that.
Ruin squishes up against the wall to give you room to pass.
Takari will move back, and she will also knock an arrow.
As Nigel approaches, he's going to be mindful of any traps.
Okay,
It is
roll
getting-
perception. Nigel does not notice any sort of traps around it.
Yeah, he's going to start trying to pick the lock again.
Okay. Nigel finagles with the lock, and unfortunately, it does not open.
Wow, we.
So Nigel's going to investigate the lock. Is this?
Roll a. Let's see. You're gonna investigate the lock?
Yeah, like he feels like he should have been able to
Yeah, go ahead.
succeed.
You look around this lock, and it appears to be magically sealed.
So Nigel calls back to everyone. This lock is actually magically protected. It can't be picked by conventional means.
Do you think it could be dispelled?
Could always
Uh,
try.
Yes, spells such as likely could be dispelled.
Does anyone have a dispel
One
magic?
second. I'm gonna send a message to Ruin. Ruin, I want you to roll a religion check.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, don't ask me to roll initiative or anything, but hey, I can do the religion even with no pluses.
Wait, you have a +1 in religion?
That's about it.
Oh, it is
Aw.
intelligence. Okay, never mind. It is intelligence. I, for some reason, thought it was wisdom.
Yeah, that's wrong one.
Aragorn kind of sees from the corner of his eye that glowy thingy going on over there.
Got it, Duro. Thank you. I can cast Dispel Magic on it if nobody else can. I do not know if that will open or not, but I could try.
I kind of like step out the way and see if Ruin can do anything about it.
Back away. Or stay there and look. Matters not to me.
Okay, you're gonna cast Dispel Magic?
I am.
Okay, you cast Dispel Magic on this chest, and only one way to find out if it works.
Nigel, you want me to open it? Or would you rather do it?
Nigel will attempt to open the chest, but stepping away from the chest with Mage Hand and open the chest.
It is still locked.
Well, Nigel's gonna attempt to pick the lock again, but with Mage Hand from a distance.
Yeah, Ruin thinks this was probably magically sealed by Lathander himself. And I'm not sure how to open it.
Anybody got a hammer?
So with Dispelled Magic and Juro, do you want me to roll for Sleight of Hand again?
It is not necessary. It will not work.
Nigel
Conven- Yeah, conventional means we'll not get this open.
The ruin in the corner of the eye on the eastern wall. Something is off about it.
That side over there?
In this general area.
Okay. Ruin will go investigate that area. One moment, I think I saw something, or there's something odd about this.
Yes, while you were casting your spell, you noticed that it was mismatched with the rest of the wall. So go ahead and roll me an investigation. Okay, you are looking at this section of the wall, and it appears to be a false wall.
I'll point it out to everybody, specifically Nigel. Nigel, come take a look at this. I think this is fake, but that seems more your area to verify. And I'll point out exactly what I see.
Should Nigel roll investigation here, Dura?
No, Ruin can point you to where it looks weird.
Okay, Dura, what looks weird?
So you push on it, and the wall falls down.
Is it loud?
Gives a good thump, but it's not particularly loud. It's made of a thinner stone material.
It's quieter than Ruin stealthing.
In this room are... Oh, let me see which... Okay. As you enter, you disturb the ankle-deep mist. It parts to reveal a ritual circle daubed in blood on the floor.
What?
Hundreds of slivers of parchments are arranged within it, each tiny strip bearing a name written neatly in blood.
What did the sexy ghost knight say we needed to do to them?
He said,
Patrick Swayze?
the Crypt Keeper has hidden the parchments, bearing the names of all the Elturellian knights who rest here. If these are destroyed, this may release us from Zariel's control.
Okay.
Um,
If we gather all the parchment into a pile, I could set it on fire, perhaps?
that may just do the trick.
Burn it. Burn it all.
Nigel gets to work in the room, gathering the little slivers of paper and putting them together in a pile in the middle.
Ooh, is that a brazier in here?
Yes, but it's filled with blood.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out outside the store while he's doing that.
Okay. You gather up all the parchment. Are you gonna set in fire there?
Dogs are trying to bark. Yeah, why not?
Okay. Up to you.
I mean, well, maybe not on top of the magic symbol written in blood. Any thoughts?
I wouldn't burn it. I wouldn't burn it because that might summon like a demon or something. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Takari's willing to take out any demons that are summoned.
Yeah.
Nigel
That's
says
fine.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, very well then. And she just shoots a casual firebolt at it.
The parchments go up in flame.
Bagar like looks around her, just kind of like waiting for something horrible to happen. Honestly,
Caveman SpongeBob, just
From
Like all
yeah.
farts.
the smoky remains of the parchment, human-like figures begin to rise and hover above the circle, the ritual circle. You have disturbed the very thing that drove us to madness. Now it is you who will live with our curse.
What? Thanks, Hobby.
Oh crap.
And then Duro's like, "See you guys next week."
I don't know.
Next week on Descent into Avernus.
TPK.
it's fine. It's literally fine, guys.
Bow,
It's
bow, bow,
fine.
bow.
These guys won't TPK you, but other things in here, who knows?
Oh, thanks.
I don't like the way you said that. I wish that you didn't say those those words. Wow, I don't know how to speak anymore. Wow, okay.
So yeah, we are done for tonight.
Damn it. Another cliffhanger.
Oh,
I actually, it's a good thing I prepared in advance because I think I spent maybe 3 hours prepping that, the water scene, and I think half of it was actually just making the map. So it's a good thing you guys spent a lot of time on it.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
cool.
really enjoyed that map a lot.
Yeah.
It was a good breakup from like the doom and gloom of Avernus.
Yeah. It made Takari very happy, so, you know, things are good.
It was a good opportunity to build some exposition.
Yeah,
It
for
was.
sure.
Everybody smells like pool water now too, which is nice.
Oh, I love that smell. I love the smell of chlorine. It's such a good
Oh
smell.
my god.
It smells pure.
How do you
That's
feel
gonna be
about
pure.
gasoline?
Gas I don't like, but bleach, ooh, yeah, baby. Oh, and CLR. I like the smell of CLR too.
Oh.
So this next week should be pretty good. There's going to be a little twist at some point.
Oh.
Are you M. Night Shyamalan
story.
ding donging us?
No, not that big of a twist.
Good, because
That's fine.
I'll never hear the end of it from Bones.
There will be a
Wow.
pretty good
But
surprise.
girl, I was a boy the whole time.
No, I was a boy the whole time.
The boy the whole time.
Boy the whole
By
time.
twist, Duro means twisting the dagger when we're all dead.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
We're not leveling this week, are we?
No. So I don't know if you caught on it already, but right now you're leveling up each time you pick up a new piece of the Dream Machine. So
Oh, okay.
This is a little side quest. You don't always have to be doing the same main story. You can do little side missions too.
Hell
I
yeah.
like these. I like these a lot. I would not be mad if there was a bunch of these.
Well, there should be one pretty much on. So there's after you guys get this next piece, there's probably going to be a big gap between your next one. So
Okay.
depending on if you discover where the last one will be, because you need the cog box, which your only lead was on the literally opposite side of Avernus. So
Yeah, that's not big at all. Nice.
Exciting.
Well, thank you for yet again another amazing Sunday, Duro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Duro. Thanks,
Yes,
guys,
we
so
will.
much.
um,
Great RP tonight too, guys.
Yeah, it was a good
Yeah.
time.
Good, awesome. Good. I really can't talk. Holy shit. Good time, you guys.
Go sniff some more bleach. You'll be fine.
I'll be okay.
Oh
I'm
no! Oh no!
I must be pure. All right.
See you guys later.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.